Navia! Florent, guess who's back?
Huh? But aren't you supposed to...
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the Fortress of Maripede?
You were in jail?
That's right. I finally finished serving my time. Gotta say, turns out I was a lot tougher than I thought. After I got out, I immediately made a beeline back to Poisson. You could say that familiar, briny smell became a primal call, urging me to forget everything else and just come back home. You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish. I dreamed about it every time I had to get a welfare meal down there underneath the sea.
It's good to have you back, Coulter. You look as well as ever.
And this guy is?
Ah, let me introduce you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rosula's members. He was found guilty and sentenced to the Fortress of Maripede some time ago.
But what was his
But,
crime?
Looking at it now, it was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Wait, Mr. Marcel? What do you mean? He was involved in some sort of plot?
Have you not heard anything at all
Oh,
about
you
the
have
water
so
from the
much to catch up
primordial
on,
sea
sir.
case?
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded, but then the water levels miraculously receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more details. Do you mean Mr. Marcel was somehow involved with all that?
I'm sorry, your whole country gets flooded and you didn't feel it was necessary to ask for more details?
Oh, looks like we'll have to explain everything from the top. That case, a lot of things have happened in Poisson since then. First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin. Now you could call them Spina di Rosula's VIP helpers.
Oh, nice to meet you. I don't recall Navia ever generously complimenting anyone like that before. So you must be pretty amazing to get that from her.
Yeah, we are indeed pretty amazing. But we've been cool since before we even met her.
We just followed Navia's lead.
Humble again as always, I see. Even when I was totally sincere with my praise.
Nice. Spina di Rosula always seems to attract great people. Oh, that reminds me. Where are Malus and Silver? Aren't they always by your side?
Well,
About that,
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see, even Poisson isn't quite the same as how it was before you left.
they lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
What did you say? This isn't some kind of morbid welcome home prank, right? You're just scaring me on purpose because I don't know anything about what's happened.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They weren't the only people we lost either. Many others, including Melissa, also lost their lives in the disaster.
Malus and Melissa, dead. They're just gone? Malus. I was planning to give him a surprise gift once I ran into him again in town. I can't believe it.
Hey, keep it together.
Malus and Coulter were friends for many years, and even served on many missions together during the early days of the Spina. I can understand how he feels.
Let's sit down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Okay.
all right, well, now Navia has to deal with her emotions. What is this? No! Crap. No, my radish. Come back. did not mean to jump to my death. Navia explains everything that has happened recently to Coulter.
All of this, it's unbelievable. I can't believe that those stories were real. It all really happened. Has the world gone mad?
Welcome back. Had I not personally experienced all those events, I would also have found them difficult to
I
accept.
think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. Everything he had, the Spina gave to him. It's unconscionable to have received all that, and yet still plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
The good
Well, he
news
was
is that
in
the
fact
Confrérie
insane,
of Cabriere
so-
is no more. Gone with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network. We finally closed the curtain on that long struggle.
Are you sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us, he probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
To who?
Romu?
Not a name I've heard before either.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major internal dispute regarding funding the construction of the Aquabus lines. Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson. But Mr. Callis believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the Court of Fontaine and the Fontaine Research Institute was hard to come by, and would allow us to build many valuable relationships. Not only would the Aquabus be a good business investment, it would also boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line. But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeu ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left Spino di Rosula altogether, and the split was on extremely bad terms.
Ugh. And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it must have gone down.
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships that he spent a fortune to build didn't help in the least.
Yeah,
Well,
you could say it
these
was the
things
price
do
he
happen.
paid for sticking to his beliefs.
that couldn't have been the first time a dispute like that happened, right?
Oh, that's a good point. If Callus was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with the rank and file all the time?
Oh yeah, it eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y. But Navia, boss, you might not know this, but he wasn't always like that. He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice, and Ms. Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing for a good many years. But on the matter of the Aquabus, even Ms. Clementine completely stood by Mr. Callus's side.
Huh. I never knew. But from my perspective, Romeu's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have sat down and talked it out?
Also, if it wasn't for Callus getting framed, building the Aquabus lines was a good choice, I would say.
I think the Aquabus was just the straw that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they eventually came to a rather radical conclusion. They believed that Miss Clementine lost her ability to serve as an impartial mediator when she became pregnant with Callus's child.
So, they thought she had betrayed them? But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side. Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callus began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With that, the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
From that point on, Romeu and his people cut ties with the Spina, and never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again. Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there is still no proof that they ever acted in concert with Marcel.
I've also heard that they aren't in a good financial position, so they've been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeu had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeu's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get revenge on us, with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on them at all times. I'll let my men know right away.
Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter, thank you for telling me about this as well.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment right now? How about we go out for a walk? I've heard so many incredulous things today. I'm finding it a bit hard to calm down even now. I mean, to think that I'll just never see them again.
In that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip. Want to come with me again, you two? You don't mind, do you, Coulter?
Of course. That's fine by me.
Then let's go! Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on this visit.
We went to see Adele cheer up, even though I super don't remember who Adele is.
We really are the best of partners. Come on, let's go.
A cat. Hi. But anyway, hold on. Where is she? The little one, I don't like it with her outfit. The tips are good, but I don't know about the orange. Actually, maybe. Maybe we try it. I think the only other person I have with that wind glider right now is Zhongli, so might as well get some use out of it. Where do they want me to go? This way? Can I just teleport? We're teleporting. You guys really need to build a more sane way of getting in and out of your city.
Are we not taking the boat this time?
It's nice to walk from time to time, isn't it? Think of it as something like a hiking trip. Once we're there, we can stay a few days before we return.
Sounds good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
Oh, we're actually walking. Okay. I spent yesterday using the treasure tracker in the Court of Fontaine. There are a shockingly large amount of treasure chests in the city.
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break. Since we're out for a walk, we shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit as before. It's a good thing that at least my work down in the fortress was quite the workout.
Well, Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down for you at all.
Back in the days before the aquabus lines were built, we often had to hike north with our goods, then catch a boat to the court. Malus and I must have traveled this way hundreds of times. When we were tired, we would lay down for a while on the grass, and when we were hungry, we'd catch a fish or two. The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callus was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard.
Yes, good luck with your Navia, Blair. Hopefully you have much better luck than I did.
And now, in the blink of an eye, the aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse.
I don't really think that's a bad thing, though.
Oh, I know. I was just being a little nostalgic.
Then let's stay here a bit longer. Anyone want snacks?
Oh, is this another chance to try some of Navia's macarons? Paimon's been dreaming of them.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more. Oh, wait. Let me check if I have all the ingredients. Malus and Silver used to take care of tasks like this. Okay, the stove's looking good. And as for the ingredients, seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two most important ingredients of all.
Should I go get some?
Oh, would you? Oh, but it would be too much to ask you to go on a trip just for those.
We
I'm
should contribute
sure
to
I
making
have
the
them
macaron
on me.
too. Don't worry, we cook out in the wild all the time, so she should have some stuff on hand.
Oh, that's great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet flours and wheat, I can start the baking.
Then I'll go look for some boxes nearby for a makeshift table and chairs.
Great. Then I'll prep the stove. Let's get to work, everyone.
What an interesting apparatus.
Ah, how did it go? Did you find the ingredients?
Yes. Yes, I did.
You've all done your part. Just leave the rest to me.
Navia bakes a batch of macarons with her usual
Whoa,
gusto.
These macarons look and taste magnificent! Your cooking is as good as ever, Navia.
Boss's baking skills have always been famous. Everyone in the Spina knows how exceptionally talented she is.
Oh, it's just a hobby. There's no need to praise me for it like that.
I want
Have you two
macarons.
seriously never considered joining us? You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart, so...
You're not having good luck. I'm sorry. I lost my 50-50, so I'm not a good luck charm. There are still some important things we must do.
Yeah, I see. Is that why you have to always stay on the road?
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since we last spent time together. Adventurers never stay in one place for long.
I did your quest
the
like
name
last
of Spina
week.
di Rosula would just tie them down. Besides, after everything we've been through together, I'm sure our hearts would remain intertwined even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
Navia's right.
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
I understand now. Then I am very lucky indeed to have been graced with the chance to meet the two of you.
Yeah, I thought that at least I could get Candace constellations, but I didn't realize that I already had her C6'd, so no constellations were received during this. You got your Navia! Congrats!
I will endeavor to make the most of this short yet fortuitous encounter, and enjoy every moment we spend together.
We've
See,
got no
one, you got
wine with
two?
us, but let's still toast with water in celebration of this moment.
I thought I heard something just now. Was it just some small critter?
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing? Quick, join in on the toast!
Cheers.
May your travels go smoothly. May the Spina continue to grow. And may our friendship last until the end of time.
Well, congrats then. It went not well to then go really well. You used 80 wishes. That's not as terrible as it could have been. I went through 130, I think. Yeah, that sounds right.
I see the
Around
value in my
130.
own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue.
But at least I got another Tignari, I guess. That's
Pride in
something.
fulfilling my duties.
Where am I going? The quest location is currently involved in other quests. Go to the Court of Fontaine to collect goods. A daily quest is interrupting this? Okay. I guess we do this first. You feel anxious when you have under 200? Yeah, I had the exact amount I needed with the 600 Primo Gems that they give you for the version update. Otherwise, I would have been out of luck. Elevator. Do I need the elevator? Where am I going? Okay, no, I did not need the elevator. Further, let's hide over there. I bet it'll be better than the location she picked. Hey, Veru. Stay close to me. If you get lost, I won't be able to find you right away, you know. What are you two doing? Hey, it's you. Are you free by any chance? Come on, hide with us. Lovi's probably hidden herself already. Tell me about Lovi. There's no time. Come on, she knows this place really well. We need to find a better hiding spot. Veru leaves in a hurry. We interrupt our Navia quest for a brief bout of hide and seek, I suppose. Veru, when will he listen? Sorry, but I'll have to trouble you to go another round with us. Veru's really excited for whatever reason. But tell me about Lovi. A girl we just met. She saw us playing hide and seek and she insisted on joining in. Her personality is quite like Veru's, so they get along like a house on fire. Oh. In any case, her father doesn't seem to have much time to play with her either, so I guess we are all in the same boat there. My apologies, but please do play hide and seek with us again. I guess I should find a place to hide myself or Veru will be upset. And if he cries right in the middle of the street, I'll be all out of options. Not your friend crying in the middle of the street. Man, I don't want to play hide and seek with you children. This is your hiding spot? This is not a hiding spot. Okay. Here's a child. Okay, guys, we need one more child. Oh, I see a child. A friend of Aurel and Lovi. You gotta go. Have a good one then. Congrats on your Navias. Oh, they mentioned you before. Veru said you're really good at this. I mean, I guess. Well, guess I got to see it for myself today. You really are good at this, huh? You got me good. Guess I'll head back to the meeting spot then. Yes, I want to continue my Navia quest, so finish your little game of hide and seek. You weren't playing seriously at all. That's right, come on, be serious. Well, the two of you look took the good spots, and I'm not very good at this, so I just went to read to pass the time, you know? Bleh. You're a lying liar. Bookworm. Wow, okay. Seriously, spare me. Alright, let him be. Lovi's really good at hide and seek. She knows all sorts of interesting hiding spots. I don't know, hiding behind a box didn't really go so well for her. This place is pretty awesome when Lovi's around. As long as we go together, I bet no one but you would be able to find us. Alright, I think we're more or less done for the day. Let's send you home first, Lovi. And then you're gonna ask my dad questions again, right? Well, there are some things that I'll need to consult him about, you know? Well, sure, my dad's definitely going to be home right now, so let's head back. My mom said that the two of you should stay for dinner, you know?